Okay, so let's try to summarize where we've gotten to so far. The big question was, how are we supposed to know who we're supposed to help in this life? And the first thing they said is we're not supposed to do something that directly conflicts with our soul plan. One quick way to tell is if you have children, unless it's like a really wild fluke, that's a huge soul contract commitment. And so there are people who will have these revelatory experiences where they'll say, I feel like I must go to another country and I must volunteer and I need to leave my family behind in order to do that, but this must be what I'm supposed to do because I feel really called to do it. I feel really called to take this step. If you have children, I'm going to say 9.7 times out of 10, that's not really what you're supposed to do because that's a strong soul contract link. I think that's probably something else. You're feeling something else. And let's figure out what it is. But it's probably not supposed to be walking away from the kids. Almost never is it about walking away from the kids. That would be such a strange fluke. We really shouldn't take it as a working theory. I think another thing the guardian angels are talking about is the things that we do to distance ourselves from engaging in things we're supposed to do. The things we do, like saying that must be their problem. They must have decided to deal with that in their own soul contract. And the more mainstream way of saying that is like, oh, they put themselves there with their bad choices. Usually that tends to pertain to humans. I don't know how often we look at an animal and think, he made a bad choice and now his species is endangered. I don't think we usually do that. But often it's that human made a bad choice and so it's up to them to get themselves out of it. We're still witnessing it and we still have more resources than they do. So start to consider if maybe this isn't about them, it's about you. Another way that we often distance is by pretending that the only way we can help is to focus on places very far away, people very far away. And it feels like more often than not, it's something that you've seen with your own eyes, you've heard with your own ears, you can experience within 1,000-mile radius or maybe even 100-mile radius of where you currently live. Those are a lot of the main points. And so the guardian angels are talking about another specific instance where we have a friend who is a very smart person, very highly educated, currently working as a corporate attorney, and has lately felt a very strong urge to donate a kidney. Donate a kidney not to a specific person, but to donate a kidney in the hopes that it goes to someone in need. And he's a healthy, young, adult man. Giving a kidney would make a lot of sense, but he came to us to ask us to try to discern with his guardian angels, is he supposed to give the kidney? And what they came down to, this is fascinating, what they said to him was, first they talked a lot about the soul contract and the soul plan and the specifics of his particular destiny, but also what they said was, the most important thing for you to bear in mind if you move forward with this is that there are people in the world who will do one big good thing in a lifetime, like donating a kidney, one big good helpful thing. And then for the rest of their lives, they will hold on to that and say, basically, I don't have to do another big good thing. I don't have to even do another small good thing. I have to do almost nothing to help anyone but myself because I did this one big good thing. And they'll really start to use that one big good thing as a stick to push away all the other good things they could do. It's fascinating how much of it is about pushing away. I thought it would be the opposite. I thought the problem would be taking too much in. But no, as it turns out, we're not even to that level as a species, and almost certainly me as an individual not trying to be judgy to anyone else. So people can take that one good thing and use it as a stick to bonk away the other opportunities to continue to help this world become a better and better and better place. And what they said to the friend was, if you feel even the tiniest shred of that inside yourself, and be real with yourself, assume you do. Assume if they're bringing it up, it's alive inside of you, and your options are to either work through it, to recognize that maybe this is just the first step. Maybe this is a comparatively small good thing to the big good things you came here to do. Really start to feel how that feels and decide if that's the first step you want to take, right? Which feels different, and start to correct that error inside of yourself of using things as excuses and not as motivation. There we go. When we don't see it as a finish line, and I'm guilty of this often, thinking I will do this thing and then I can check off the box and I don't ever have to think about any good thing in that region of good things ever again, when almost always it's not a box to be checked. It's the first step of a stairway. And then you've got to either continue climbing that stairway or hop on another stairway, but you're going to have to climb some stairway or stay stuck where you are. And then what was the point of this life at all? Oh, wow. Yeah, right? Okay. So, we're coming up on time, and I acknowledge that. Let's ask the guardian angels what more is important for us to know about the question, how are we supposed to know who we're supposed to help, what we're supposed to help, what we're supposed to dedicate our good work towards. And I'm sure we'll come back to this question. You know what they're saying, though? Probably the most important thing is to start somewhere and do something, to not get stuck. And maybe this has been an unhelpful channeling for some of us, because you could get stuck, frozen, wondering, am I supposed to do this? Is this actually the helpful thing? And you know what? 9 times out of 10, yeah, anything helpful, do it. Anything that takes the vibration of the world and raises it in some way, or takes the vibration of your life and raises it in some way, do it. Anything that helps something that is not you, do it. So all of these theories that we've been channeling are helpful at a certain point of the process. But the most important thing is to not get stuck wondering if you're supposed to help somebody or not to help somebody. Head in the direction of helping them. Head in the direction of helping them. Just do it. And that's what they're saying. That's not normally the tone that I tend to take with my clients, but that is what they're saying upstairs. They're saying, just do it. Don't waste time staring at the people starving on the sidewalk and wondering what the moral implications are of witnessing it. Go get some food and hand it to them, and then start to find out what you can do to start to change the system that has put them there, and start to do those things. And then we get into a whole conversation about the symptoms and the systems that perpetrate the systems and what we're supposed to do. That's a whole other series of questions. If you want to get into that, leave a comment, let me know. All right, so let's ask the guardian angels if there's anything more they want us to work with today on this topic, or if we've bungled it in enough different ways and we should just shut up and stop making it worse for ourselves. Let's really ask them. That wasn't at all what I thought they were going to say. What they're talking about is sometimes in this life how it can feel like maybe I wasn't really supposed to be here. Maybe there was some kind of divine mistake or even earthly mistake and I wasn't supposed to be here. And what they're saying is, if you start to think about what if you were born to make this world better by the actions you take, what if you were born to, not because of you, but because of everyone around you? What if you were born because of every place you go to? What if you were born because of every organization you touch? It's not about you. It's about all of those things, all of those spaces, all of those groups. And then it starts to feel a lot more empowering, because we sound a little bit bananas if we think, well, none of those people or none of those groups could stand to get any better, because they absolutely could. And so there you go. That might be one way to kind of define the meaning of life. To remember that it's not really about us. I mean, like, as souls, we're here in order to learn and to grow and to get better, and that's just a reality. But that's maybe 30% of the point. Probably 70% of the point is we're supposed to show up in the lives of people who need us the most, when they need us the most, and do or say the things we're supposed to do or say to the best of our ability at that time. It's not really about us. And so it would be a little bit selfish to take ourselves out of it. Thanks. That's really nice. I hope I really translated that right, and I didn't just make it up out of my noggin, but I didn't see it coming, so I assume it's actually translated. Whew. Okay, we gotta wrap this up, as we're well over time. But if you have questions about anything, really, if you have questions about the big aspects of life, if you have questions about the small aspects of life, if you have questions about the things that scare you, the things that confuse you, the things that concern you, if you have questions about maybe specific things that were brought up in this video that weren't fully explored, which I'm sure there were plenty, because I tend to leave loose ends just flying along behind me in these sessions, please ask them in a comment. We're always hungry for more questions to answer. Most of these videos go to my Patreon channel. I'll put a link to that in the video description. I highly recommend joining the Patreon community. It's costs so little and allows you to be a part of a community of people who share their questions and share these videos, and it's a lovely, wholesome, healing place, and I'm so grateful to have it in my life and in my experience. So I highly recommend asking a comment in the questions. If you want more of this work, go to the Patreon channel. And if you're already on the Patreon channel, hi, it's good to see you. If there are things very personal to you that you don't know if you'd want to see on camera for other people to see, please do contact me directly, and we can set up a personal healing session for you. If you go to my website, ocalaequinehealing.com, that's ocalaequinehealing.com. You can contact me through my contact page, and we can discuss trying a personal healing session for you to start to get some healing for the issues that you're experiencing in your own life that you wouldn't want to share publicly on camera. Okay, my friends. We're going to do a closing process, but we probably won't keep that on camera. I think that might just be between us today, but you did excellent work today. As always, I really look forward to hearing how it goes for you. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. You know, sometimes I don't know if we actually answered the question we sat down to answer. But it still feels like we hit some kind of target. So maybe we did. I guess we're going to find out.